Okay, welcome back. So I think it was a couple of months ago, we run a bonkers but true story about aircraft engineers who were essentially asked to accept trousers or pants, as you incorrectly call it in this country, ahead of getting a pay rise. They now say, or the Australian Workers' Union now say, that they're being asked to give up their work boots to get a deal. This sounds bonkers, Jake. Talk me through this.
Yeah, these workers are out at RAAF Richmond. They are maintenance workers for the C-130 Hercules, which is all the maintenance for that is done by Airbus Australia Pacific. This was a couple of months ago. They were supposedly offered very small pay rises. I think it was like 7.5% over 3 years, which is not a lot. But to sweeten the deal, Airbus offered an extra pair of work pants per year, I believe. So that was the workers did not respond well to that.
No.
And now it seems that according to the union, the brass at Airbus were asking them in exchange for a pay rise or back pay. They were asking the workers to give up their first aid allowance and their allowance for work boots. So they're saying, yes, we'll give you this back pay, we'll give you this larger pay rise, but give us your boots.
Now, what I would say is obviously the union, and credit to their kind of comms team that have seen how they can, I don't say how they can spin this, but they can see how they can play this. If I were negotiating with them, I'd be very, very careful to make any kind of clothes-related promises. Somehow they've managed to get stung by the same thing twice. I would say that is poor negotiators, because you've walked straight into that trap twice now.
I've heard of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, but this is ridiculous.
Oh, here we go. Take another drink. Oh, God.
Yeah, no, if that's your sole negotiating tactic, then you should probably get some different tongues to wag around the table. Thank you.
He's on fire.
It is.
I'm here all week. No, they're acting like real heels, if we're using a wrestling term. They got to toe the line. But where was I? Sorry.
How many of these did you prepare earlier?
I didn't. I told you, Chris, it's a witch's curse.
Yeah.
It's a witch's curse. We have to say, Airbus has come back. They've told the Oz and said, no, we didn't suggest this. The workers suggested this. They said, during their dialogues, employees proposed the removal of boots and first aid allowances, which we agreed to, while ensuring ongoing workplace efficiency, safety, and operational compliance. We reject any suggestion that the company is seeking to compromise employee safety through any trade-offs in this negotiation. Now, we have put this to the union. And the AWU secretary, this is breaking news coming through during this podcast. The AWU New South Wales branch secretary Tony Callanan has described this assertion as something that we probably can't repeat on a family podcast.
Okay.
But very strongly refuted this suggestion that the workers suggested giving up their boots, which makes sense if you think about it, because why would the workers suggest giving up their boots or their first aid allowance?
It's a safety area where they would more than likely be required to wear specific boots, steel cap boots potentially. So I can't see the workers giving up something that is required. I guess if they have to give it up, first aid course and boots are a tax write-off at tax time. But I know that if I was in a job that required a certain aspect or uniform, I would expect the company I work for to provide that uniform.
And I must say, the company that owns Australian Aviation is extremely generous with merchandise. We are never sure. For those of you that are watching online, you can see Chris here is wearing his Momentum Media.
Wear it every Tuesday, black is swimming.
We also have Australian Aviation polo shirts as well. That Chris sorted out. We're actually looking to get some more in for you, Jake, as well.
I appreciate that.
So we can all wear them.
I was just going to surprise you with one going, here's one I prepared earlier.
Oh, but my birthday was several months ago. It's a bit late.
Well, they did arrive after your birthday, in fairness.
But yeah, no. So we don't have to worry about using merchandise to negotiate. It's just if anything, there's too much at Australian Aviation.
They look after us well.
They do. They
I
do.
think ultimately with this Airbus story, I guess we can conclude that the deal wasn't as much of a shoe-in as the negotiators thought it would be.
If you are doing a shot for every pun, you're going to hospital, aren't you? This is a serious.
We want anyone doing the shot for a pun. We want photos that we can share on socials.